Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and let's just get straight into this video. So I was about 19 or 20, I can't remember exactly, but I was working at this doctor's office close to my house, well, relatively close. And this doctor's office was really small. It was just me, I was the office manager, and the doctor, and he only came to the office from about lunchtime till the evening portion. So in the morning time it was just me. So this doctor's office was weird. It was just above a bar, so it was like a building. The bar was at the bottom and the doctor's office was to the top. And I thought that was strange, but I mean, do you, boo? So I started working there, and even though I only worked there briefly, it was an experience. So I was answering the phones, making appointments, setting up everything, and one day I answered the phone and there was this guy on the other line, on the other side of the phone, and he was like, I really like what you have on today. So I was like, excuse me? And he was like, you look so good today. So I was like, are you gonna make an appointment or not? But I was scared because I was like, how will this person know what I have on and there's nobody in here? So I hung up the phone. The person called back again, the same man, and he was like, Wapam, you don't want to talk to me? So I was like, sir, please stop harassing me. This is a place of business. And I hung up the phone. So when the doctor came in that day, I told him what happened, and he was like, okay, well, just let me know if it happens again. So I was like, okay. So several days passed, and I got answering phones as usual. The same man, called back again, and he was like, I was like, hello, good day, so and so's office, and he was like, I want you. And I was like, excuse me, who is this? And he just laughed, right, and hung up the phone. Now there was no caller ID. He had his number blocked, so he was calling from a cell phone. So I was like, okay, this is so creepy. So the doctor came in that day. I told him what happened, and I was like, this is harassment at this point, and I'm not feeling safe. So he's like, record the day and the times when this happens so we could take it to the police if it happens again. Mind you, this doctor was ticky boom, okay? He was crazy anyway. Going about my business, the next day, phone rings again, hello, so and so's office. This guy calls up again. He was like, he was saying all sorts of sexually explicit stuff to me. And I was like, who is this? Why are you calling here? What is your name? Nothing like that. He would just laugh and hang up the phone. So I was recording the days and the times now because this is becoming a regular occurrence. The next day he calls again and he was like, oh, I really like what you have on. You look so sexy today. And I was like, I really don't have time for this. You need to stop doing this. This is creepy. And he was like, you have on a pink top with a pink cardigan and a black skirt. And I was like, who is this? How you know what is going on with me? And he laughed and hung up the phone, which was so creepy because that's exactly what I had on that day. Now I'm scared, and I told the doctor about it again, and he was like, okay, we're going to handle this. We're going to get the phone records and whatever, see who's calling here. Now, there was the bar downstairs used to be open from lunchtime to serve lunch. They used to serve lunch and normal drinks and soft drinks and whatever. So sometimes I would go downstairs to get like a soda or snacks because they used to sell snacks, and not too far from there was a coffee shop. So sometimes I would go downstairs to just grab a coffee, grab a cookie. So I used to leave the office, but not for very long because it was just me. I had to answer the phones. And So I would frequent the bar just to get snacks, just to get soft drinks. And there was a man and a woman used to run it, like some, middle-aged people. So it wasn't creepy, it wasn't like a dirty, nasty bar or anything like that. It was just a regular bar. And one day, I went downstairs and I was like, okay, can I have a water and, a pack of potato chips? And the woman was serving me. And I was like, thank you so much. And she was like, oh yeah, no problem and whatever. And the guy was like wiping down tables. And when I passed next to him, he looked up at me and he said, oh, you look so nice today. And I was like, oh, thank you. But in my spirit, I'm telling you, that man's voice was the same voice of the person calling me on the phone. I am telling you. It was like click, like a light bulb went off. I was like, oh my God. So I hurried up and I ran back up those stairs and locked the office. Because I was like, the office was locked all the time anyway. I had to let you in. But I was like shaking. I was like, that is the person who is calling me. The guy right downstairs is the man who has been calling me and telling me all these disgusting things. Like, when I tell you, this man was telling me what he wants to do to me, what he wish he could do to me, what he wants me to do to him, like disgusting, explicit, obscene things. And I was so scared to think, because I knew the person had to be working or living around that office, but I didn't expect it to be the middle-aged man like working downstairs in the bar. I was shook. Luckily, I did not work there for very long after that. Not because of the stalker, which was a very good reason to leave anyway, but because that doctor was the most unhygienic, disgusting man I think I ever worked for. I'm telling you, we would have to do urine tests for drug tests and pregnancy tests. And he would, after he did the tests, when I went in the back, in the kitchen area, which was like the kitchen slash everything area, he would leave cups of urine just lying around there. He wouldn't even throw it in the toilet and throw away the cup. He would just leave cups of urine for me to clean. He would leave the sink full of dishes after he ate. Like, there were cockroaches that I would just find in the back there. He would sanitize his equipment with just dish soap that he was using to cut people's bodies. Like, it had reached a point where I just couldn't anymore, because I talked to him about it and I was like, this is really unsanitary, this is really gross. Like, you could at least empty out the urine. Like, I'm still talking about, I would come, because he wouldn't open on Sundays, I would come to work Monday morning and there would be day-old, 2-day-old cups of urine that I would have to deal with. And I'm like, that is so unsanitary. So, one day I just couldn't take it anymore and I just told him I have to leave. And he was like, peace out, bye. So yeah, that was the madness of this stalker I had at work and the nasty doctor I worked for. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little story about the little creepy bartender stalker guy. And I hope you stick around, subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye.